Hello and welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown, Chapter 3. Now, in the previous episode, right, we had another scene, we had another scene with Lyra, but it was Zeke and Lyra talking about how the killing game is affecting them and how Zeke thinks the game will only end when someone like him will die, and I was like, hold on, bitch, you are not leaving me, not in this hellhole, you are surviving, get your act together, come on. And Lyra helped him. And then afterwards, we had the midnight mission. Well, I think we might have had a free time, but I actually can't remember too much. But I know there was the night mission, and basically, Shinku and Asuka fought. They fought. The girls were fighting. And surprisingly, for the first time in his life, Shinku started one arguing. People were agreeing with him, like, oh wow. And afterwards, Emilia gave us a cookie to hand over to Asuka, and we were talking to them. And Asuka, I wouldn't say she's had a revelation, but they figured out that they were wrong and they hated being wrong. And not that they fully trust or like Laura anymore, but they're willing to cooperate with her until she does actually does something horrible. And if Laura does take those steps, the rest of us will be on Asuka's side. And with that said, in the last episode, I said I pressed the continue on button without thinking, and I know who the next interview is, but I guess I should show you guys that now. Let's see, load. God, 10 hours, we're getting so close to this body, and that, it terrifies me. The Curious Case of Asuka Saint-Fiel. Tape 6. Now, this being Asuka's tape scares me tremendously. First of all, there's only 2 tapes left, and if my theory is correct about the person whose tape isn't revealed is going to be the victim, that terrifies me, because the only 2 tapes left are Fu and Lyra. Those are the only 2 unknowns. And furthermore, Fu was who I thought was going to be the victim coming into this. He was my top suspect. I think I said it back in like episode 1 or 2. If you go back, I probably said it, and a very ginormous asterisk on maybe, because I don't have good memory. I mean, I said it. I know that's how I felt going into the chapter, but I don't know if I voiced those opinions. However, as you would have known if you watched the previous episode, you would know that I have been getting more and more worried for Lyra, because she has been very prevalent. She was the first. She wanted Zeke and Asuka to change. She was the first one to raise their voice to help them go through it. She's had a one-on-one with Shinku, Zeke, and Ismini. She and Zeke came in yesterday after our chat with Asuka, and while Zeke, Lyra, and Asuka hugged it out, Lyra was the one to look at us. So Lyra has been very prevalent in this chapter, in this day life, and that terrifies me. And on top of the fact that her tape has been revealed, that's very scary. I knew I had a very good idea that Fu wouldn't be until the very end, because if he had an interview, it would kind of be very easy to. It's like it'd be like, oh yeah, of course he's in the game. Then if he gets interviewed, that makes no sense if he's in the game. But yeah, I'm actually just very scared, because now that Asuka's tape has come, I saw that the part 2 of the daily life, the thumbnail for it was Asuka's interview. So that means after this, anything is free game. I'm not going to be recording for 10 minutes, and we're out of the body after. We might see the body right after this tape. For all I know, it's free waters. It's uncharted plains. Who knows what's going to happen? But enough yapping. Let's get into Asuka's meltdown. Please make your case for the jury.
I've always tried to play the hero, ever since I was young. I liked seeing those who were in bad situations and saving them, giving them something better. I always wanted to be saved as a child, so it only made sense to me that others would want to be saved. I liked being people's savior. I liked being good. I liked thinking I was doing what was best. It was like a game I could always win. A game of simple good versus evil.
And that is why Asuka was always an early favorite for me. She was a nice person. Honestly, I'm very easy to please. If you just write a character who's a nice person, I'll probably like them. I am not that hard to please. I don't need some psychotic pure person. Just give me some nice individual and I'll be satisfied. And that's why I liked Asuka from the start.
It was nice to feel smart for once. Like I figured things out. Like I knew about how the world really worked. That I could make a change to it. Because I somehow saw things others didn't.
Okay, well that is an interesting point of view. So brave.
I thought I was was doing the right thing. But what gave me that strength, that power, was having the strength to leave my situation on my own in the first place. By skipping that step, by forcing them out of that situation before they had the strength to themselves, I was just putting them in another cage. They wouldn't have the strength to survive on their own after all.
Yeah, I'm very glad that she's realized this, because I feel like what's interesting with this interview is that usually the interviewer really brings out their flaws and makes them panic. However, we just had a chat with Asuka really talking about this, so I wonder how she's going to handle it, because she's already like realized how she's done some stuff wrong in the past. So I don't see how the interviewer really bring this up is gonna. Obviously, it'll affect her, but we've already talked about it with Shinku, so I wonder what angle the interviewer would go with to try and irk her. Hmm. You liked it, didn't you? Okay, that sly smile is all I need to know about that. Okay, Asuka.
It was nice to be needed, to be strong, to have control. I hated how unfair the world was, how helpless it made me feel. I couldn't live in a world like that. So, I thought I'd make my own. I thought I could make something good. I thought only I could do that.
Hypocrite.
In the end, I was just deluding myself that my idea of fairness was the right one. That I was doing it all for selfless reasons. And I dragged everyone else into that delusion too. It was nice to make a paradise entirely of my design.
Paradise,
If the bars were golden enough, then no one would see a problem with it. And even if they did, I thought our little cage was better than the outside world.
And I think the problem a lot of people have with your crime is that you didn't really give your other crew members the choice, which is kind of ironic to think about how mad you are with Allura now that I think about it.
That everyone else was trapped on the other side of the bars, and we were really the only ones who were free. I felt I knew what was best for everyone, that my ideas of the world were correct, that only I could make them happy.
Oh, okay, I felt I knew I was best for everyone. Okay, Asuka, we have to see the irony in that specific phrase, right? That is the exact same phrase you used to scrutinize Allura. Just like Allura, but don't worry, I got your back, the mastermind. I'm gonna call her.
Don't compare me to her. We're nothing alike.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think you're alike, but you have the same thought about similar things, but Allura went to more extremes with it, I think. And I think what people fear about with your mindset is that if you were given a similar power to Allura, people are scared that you might follow her. Not in murder. I don't think you'd murder someone. I really don't think you would. But I think if you got real power, that'd be. I'm not sure.
I might be the biggest, most childish hypocrite in this prison, but I'd never go that far. Never in my life. I couldn't do that. I couldn't have someone's death on my hands.
You prefer their lives.
I just wanted to give them somewhere better.
You know what? Here's something I just thought of. I'm not sure really if it will really be brought up, but I wonder if Allura's hastiness to kill Taka and her disregard for his choice if he wanted to live. What if Asuka's kind of the opposite, where she would try and keep them alive no matter what? Even though when I said it out loud, that was kind of Allura's reasoning for why she justified the experiments on the people, was that she wanted to try and keep them alive as long as possible. Never mind, it's not really a difference, it's kind of a similarity more than anything, so never mind that actually.
Maybe I just wanted to save my own ego, make myself feel like I was good. I don't know.
Like what I just said from the record.
I wanted a family I felt safe in so desperately. I wanted to keep them together no matter what. Their lives would fall apart without me.
That's hardly fair.
I was so worried about things being unfair, people not being on the same level, about infighting if someone had more than someone else. But in the end, I was the one hoarding everything, reaching out for power, kicking anyone else down the ladder. I couldn't face it. I'd become the very thing I despised, so I just tried to ignore it. Push Taka away for what he'd done. It was completely different. See what I was doing as love and what he was doing as abuse. Lie to myself that I was needed, that only I could do it. But her eyes, Takiko's eyes in the end, I could barely recognize her. I'd been so blinded by my own ego, by just wanting things to be easy, by not wanting to think, by just wanting to stay as uncomplicated and good that I never really met her. I never really knew her. And maybe by the time I even tried, I was just doing it to rectify my own stupid mistakes more than for her sake. It's like it's always been for me, putting on simple band-aid solutions to problems to not have to think about them too hard, to not have to think about my own actions, to just feel like everything's okay, everyone likes me, that I'm still a good person. But now I can never fix things, and I can't stand that.
Brave, stupid Asuka.
Why didn't she take my hand? Was she just scared to accuse me? I wanted her to grab it and run out of there with me.
Because she was scared that if she grabbed your hand, you would have been set aflame. That's why she didn't. That wouldn't have worked.
Of course not. I'd have gotten ripped apart by that mob too. I knew that, but still, blindly, I wanted to help her. But she'd have known what would have happened. Of course she knew. So why? Why did she spare me after all of the wrong I'd done to her?
She knew you could kill them.
Why did she have that much belief in me after everything I'd done? Why does anyone believe in me? Are they really that deluded by my own self-centeredness? By my own unwillingness to address what I'm really like? Or do they really just not care about me in the end?
You need to kill them.
I know I do.
Oh, okay, let's calm down now. Maybe let's not try and kill us, please. Your wound won't heal until you do.
It's just hard. I'm tired. I'm scared that I'll continue the same cycle, that I'll keep hurting people, that I'll do the exact same thing as before. I, of all people, shouldn't have the right to live after what I did to everyone at my circus, to everyone I claimed to love. I just want to lay down and close my eyes. I just want to sleep and go somewhere simpler. I want to blind myself and go back to the familiar. But I can't do that. They'd hate me if I did that. So I have to keep on moving. I have to live with all my might for their sake. I have to become someone they'd be proud of, even if it's hard.
Honestly, it's really glad to see that Chingu's conversation with them has really actually helped them a lot more than I even realized.
Someone who can really help all those kids at the circus. Who can let them find that strength on their own terms. Not just assume I know best for them. And let go of them. Even if it means they'll fall in the process.
You will fall too.
I hope they can forgive me.
They're really just ignoring the entire game at this point.
Despite everything,
Also, this is just another point that I'm not sure if I voiced it at all, but a part of me wondered if the when it went to black, if it was their own thoughts and their own like demons telling them what they truly felt about themselves. Not just Asuka, but everyone, including Emilia, when faded to black. But I just don't know how that would work. So I'm more leaning towards the side of it just being the mastermind. Oh, little mutt. Excuse me, why am I being mentioned here? It appears you may fly, despite everything. Oh, like this the domesticated silk mutt that was referenced in the cathedral with Allura and Shinku. That's interesting. Why? Why is that being brought up again? Should I be thinking about that more than I want to? Because I'm just going to ignore that because I can't deal with that if Allura or Shinku is mouse. But no, thank you. Yes, let's continue on. I think I miss Tucker. Why is he dead? God. Considering my also yeah, another point is that Lyra when Lyra looked to us last night when they were hugging Asuka and Zeke, obviously Shinka realized that it was coming close to the time where he should apologize and make up with his mini and try to talk to her before it becomes too late. And the fact that we're getting to that point where the apology is coming, Asuka, Zeke have changed, Lyra's helped them change. The only really loose end right now is at least related to the relationship between the characters is Fu and his connection to the game and Zeke and Shinku and his mini. And if we're getting close to that Shinku and his mini scene, it's just another factor to believe that we're getting close to body discovery. Ignoring the fact how long I've been playing this. This is the 13th episode, I believe. I know one of them has been only like 30 minutes, but overall that's like what 10, 11 hours of content of video. So obviously we're getting close enough to the body discovery at that rate. But yeah, I just wanted to notice. It disoriented me a little. I hardly knew how long I had slept for. When I was awoken to a very strange distant bang, and oh god, don't let there anyone be dead. Please don't let anyone be dead. Sorry, I'm just giving me 5 minutes. It was different from the usual knocking. And I don't believe it was coming from right out. Oh my god, there's somebody in my walls! I should probably go into the common room to have a check if something was afoot. Um, well, the music being called Dead Friends isn't exactly isn't exactly comforting. What's going on outside? When I entered the common room, I was met with a slightly strange sight. Well, presumably something is heading down over the balcony because I cannot see anybody right now. Everything seemed normal at a glance, but I could hear banging from a cell on my row. Specifically Ezekiel's. Wait, did Allura lock him in again? Because originally I was going to make, oh, some banging from Zeke's. Oh, jeez, I thought they'd work out. But wait, did Allura lock him in? There seemed to be a rock lodged into his door handle, preventing him from being able to get out. So Zeke, are you okay? I mean, I'm sure he would feel a lot better if we removed the rock. The door's stuck. Let me out. Hey, come on. I'm working on this. I'm working on this. As amusing as it would be to leave him trapped inside. The rock's presence was a little worrying, so I approached it and tried to dislodge it. So he wasn't even working on it when he said he was. Yeah. Well, you could have stopped banging on the door by the time we were helping. Falling down here was just unnecessary. You really could have had better forethought there. Zeke tumbled out of the door almost immediately after I managed to remove the rock. Luckily, I was able to move out of the way before he crashed into me, and I was so happy I decided to remove that lock. That was way more amusing than just leaving him. He tripped over onto his feet, but almost immediately stumbled up. Who the hell locked me in there? Was it you? Yes, I locked you in there and then just let you out. What? No, Zeke, what's going on? I don't know. All I know is when I woke up and my cell was locked off and... Hey, do you hear that? Hear what? I heard a quieter banging from down the stairs. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell has happened? Why was I not locked in? Was the door really like, Shinku, I'll let you in, but nobody else. Oh. Let's go. They need help. Now. Maybe it's his mini cell because maybe she only did the worthy prisoners, or maybe it's Asuka. I quickly made my way over to investigate where it was coming from, and lo and behold, there was another rock lodged in the door handle. Yeah, it is Asuka. Asuka! Hey! Are you in there? Shinku! Can you let me out? I'm on it already, and my spread has disappeared, so who knows what's going to happen to me. I managed to dislodge it, and Asuka quickly stepped through, looking similarly panicked to Ezekiel. You know what, maybe, Asuka, now that I think about maybe, right, if Laura's behind locking us all in ourselves, maybe we should have done something last night, jeez. You know what, Asuka, I should never have questioned you. You probably really got to go. Asuka, what's happening? But both you and Zeke's cells were blocked off, and there's really no time to explain. He's already run off. I'm not trying to slow you down. I'm just trying to understand what's going on here. He got locked in as well? Yeah, same way as you did. Wait, so Zeke didn't even run off with me? I thought he was coming down with me. Where the hell did he go? He just ran off. Okay, thanks, Zeke. Yes, I should have figured. Wait. Did Alora come in after we left and trapped it? Where's Lyra? I'm still panicked right now. I woke up because I heard some movement outside my door, but when I tried to, I couldn't. And when I tried to call it out to see if anyone was on the other side, it was Lyra. Okay, well that is very concerning, deeply concerning. Oh Jesus Christ, what is going on, Lyra? What are you doing? No, don't do this to me, please. Oh, Zeke, hello. Oh, I don't know where you are. I don't know where you were, but what you were doing. Okay. Lyra? What did she say? Oh.
Hey! Who's there? This isn't funny. Let me out. Come on.
I'm surprised that she spoke to you, honestly. I don't know why she would do that. I don't know, it's just very funny to put a rock there and it just works. Who needs a lock? I mean, Alora, really, you should have done this. You have a key, but why even use it? Also, actually, where did Alora even use the key? I don't see a lock there. Huh, that's interesting.
Hey, sorry about this.
But I'm gonna kill you. It's Lyra's time to kill.
Lie? Hey, what are you...
I've got to do something that'll make you hate me for the rest of your lives.
Oh, well, okay, honestly, Asuka, you're completely right to panic. I am panicking now too. What the hell's going on?
And I just want you to know that I love you two so, so deeply.
Well, now I am extremely concerned. What the hell is going on? Did Laura put you up to this? No, I can't. Well, okay, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Thank you for giving me somewhere I felt like myself, even if it was just for a few days. It sounds so stupid, but you have changed my life more than you could ever know. And when you see me again, promise me you won't forgive me.
I'm very scared that we're going to find Lyra dead, and that she sort of pulled a Takiko and Molly situation where she might have killed herself or set up a contraption to kill herself, or maybe she set up Asuka or Zeke to kill her so the two of them could get out, or something weird like that is going on, and it just... Or maybe because two people get out together, if Lyra kills herself, that means she can choose two people to get out if she successfully beats the trial, and it doesn't risk either of them being executed. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of all the situations here. Because with Lyra saying something that will make them hate her for the rest of their lives, which means it has to be something to do with a murder, right? Even if she relapsed, obviously we'd be a little disappointed, but we wouldn't hate her for the rest of our lives, right? That we wouldn't. I'm sure Asuka and Zeke are in that vein, so it has to be something to do with a murder. And I don't know what would have changed so quickly, because obviously this is coming from Asuka's POV, so we're only trusting the fact that she is telling the truth. And also, I trust Asuka's telling the truth. I don't think she would do anything weird like that, but Asuka only heard Lyra, and we can't see Lyra's face in the CG. So maybe it's another tape somehow, or maybe someone here is a very good impersonator, who knows. But I'm running on the assumption it's Lyra, so I'm trying to figure out how she would be related to the murder, because it has to be a death, right? But why would Laura put her up to do a death? Because she wants everyone to get out alive. So maybe it has something to do with Fu or Amelia. But everything was fine last night when we were in the lecture hall, right? So what the hell is going on, Lyra?
You can do that for me, can't you? Of course you can. I know you're strong. I'll meet you under Cassiopeia. Take it easy till then, okay?
Under Cassiopeia. Huh. That was the star constellation that she mentioned, right? Back in the when we were doing the kind of campfire and toasted marshmallows, Cassiopeia, or however you pronounce it. That was the star constellation that Lyra mentioned. So is she going to be out of the killing game now? Huh. Or maybe there's something there that she left? Okay, I'm very confused.
What are you saying? Hey, come on! Don't leave me here! Don't do anything stupid! Are you still there? Hey!
I presume she left after that, but it was real concerning. What we should do now is check the other cells to see if she locked anyone else off. Check her own cell to see if she's in there. Then just look over the prison. I think we should stay together because if she does something weird, we should be together just to be on the safe side. But something weird is going on and that scares me. And this is unlucky episode 13. What the hell is going? What are you doing, Lyra? Why do it have to be this episode? I need to find her. How long ago was that? It doesn't matter. Yeah, truly. The timing of this only matters if we're going to a trial for it. Then the timing is very important. But right now, we just need to find her and figure out what the hell's going on. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I need to find her. We need to look for her. We need to make sure she isn't doing anything dumb. Right, yeah, let's go. Ezekiel almost immediately started running before we could process any more of what was going on. It all happened quite suddenly, but I felt my legs moving on their own before I knew it. The two of us raced into the hallway. Ezekiel had already gone there before us. But when we entered, we were met with a fairly shocking sight. I was too stunned to move in the moment, but looking back, I probably should have. Oh Jesus Christ! What? Oh Jesus!
What the hell have you done to her?
What? There's blood on Laura's what? So did they fight each other? What? In front of us was Laura, having handcuffed Lyra. Both of the two of them looking a little worse for wear as Laura dragged Lyra through the halls. She was seemingly drifting in and out of consciousness. But she, at the very least, seemed alive. Okay, you may be in a terrible condition, but at least you're alive. Okay, I can calm down a little.
She'll live. Please. Try your best not to make any assumptions.
Well, I think you should start explaining before you say that. Explain what the hell happened, because this is very bad in your part.
I truly did not want to do this.
Well, you didn't fucking have to, did you?
I had to. There was no other choice. It's a miracle both of us made it out alive. I had to restrain her for her own good. Trust me.
Did she try to kill you?
What happened?
I was taking Chattel to the showers this morning, since she cannot operate them on her own, and my warden position allows me to. I thought it would be best to get it done earlier in the day so we could all focus on our assigned labor. But while we were there, she attacked me.
Why would she? After last night?
She'd managed to smash one of the mirrors and was trying to use the glass to slit my throat.
Jesus!
I tried my best to restrain her without injury, but it was quite the struggle. I tried to grab her hair and hold her in place, but she used the glass to cut off the bit I was holding her by.
Wow, that's dedication to kill you, I must admit.
At that point, I was certain she was determined to kill me, so I had to take more drastic measures to knock her out. I apologize. I promise you, once again, I did not wish to do this.
I mean, if you're telling the truth, I do understand handcuffing her. She was trying to kill you. I understand you whatever you have to do to live. But this just feels so weird. I feel like if Lyra did this, she would be confident she would actually be able to pull off the deed, right? So, I feel like this might be part of her plan or for some reason. Until we talked to her and she gave us a really good explanation for why this was just an entire plan, I'm very skeptical at everything going on here.
It was to save my own life and hers. There's certainly no way she would have passed a trial with a murder that spontaneous. Please, I did this for everyone's sake.
I don't care what she did. Let her go.
I'm afraid I cannot do that currently.
Why? I mean, you could let her go. Are your hands glued to her chest or something? What?
I'm going to be detaining her in her cell until further notice. I need to ensure that everyone remains calm and level-headed.
honestly, I feel like Zeke is gonna punch you in the face and also try to kill you before you can accomplish that task, but I admire your dedication.
No way. I'm not letting you do that.
Damn straight.
I believe it's necessary. I promise you I will not hurt her further. She will be let out once we know for certain she's no longer a threat to herself and others.
Oh, I could tell by the way Zeke was acting. He was ready to do below for this. I think she could tell too.
I would advise against any sudden movements, Ezekiel. Especially if you want her to be let out anytime soon.
Oh, I know you're not doing this. I don't care. Lock me in there with her if I'm such a risk.
Oh god, I don't think we can afford having any less hands around the prison, especially if more physical conditions are applied to it.
Wait, Zeke, don't!
Oh, thank you, Asuka. I was really hoping Asuka would step in.
Don't leave me alone. Come on. If you're both locked in there together, then it'll be harder to get the two of you out.
Okay, she just standing here like, oh, okay, that's fine. In a moment of shocking calmness for Ezekiel, he unclenched his fist and instead opted to declare daggers at Laura.
You'll let her out tomorrow. That's a promise.
We'll see. Depends on how sensible everyone is about this.
I mean, if you don't, everyone will jump you and then they'll take the keys from you and get into the cell. I'm pretty sure that is what Zeke is implying. You better let her out tomorrow, or you're not gonna live till tomorrow.
I'm taking her to her cell to quarantine her. You all go to the canteen. We can discuss this later.
This just seems so short-sighted for Lyra to attack the person who said she had who said she had sedatives on her, handcuffs, has killed someone before, so she knows that Allura can do it if it requires. To attack her with her restricted status in the showers alone, I don't know. This was just, I'm not sure if Lyra's plan was to get away with the murder. I don't think that was her plan, but I don't know. It just feels so short-sighted to lock both Asuka and Zeke in their cells just for that. Was it to give them an alibi? Is that why she locked them in the cells? If Lyra locked the two of them in their cells and they couldn't have committed the murder, and therefore they're innocent. But then why not do it to everyone except her and Allura? And if Allura kills her, then at least they've got Allura, and then it continues on. And maybe it's hard to tell what was going through her head with this.
How the hell can we trust you not to hurt her further?
I mean, Allura hasn't really hurt anyone of her own free will. When she locked you up, she handcuffed you and dragged you to her room or did whatever, and you didn't attack her, so she didn't attack you. And from what we can tell, Lyra initiated the attack, and that would explain why she locked you two in her cells. So Allura only was acting in self-defense. So to play devil's advocate, I don't think there's any reason to believe that Allura would willingly harm Lyra, but also just let us go with her. Allura, just let someone go with you. Honestly, I'll go with her. I don't know. She'll trust me probably.
What would be the point? We'd all know it's her.
Precisely. I can promise you I will not do any further harm to her. I'll be in the canteen soon. We can discuss what to do with her there. I'll see you all there.
Phew. Allura lugged Lyra back down the stairs to the cells. Ezekiel clearly holding himself back from attacking her here and now. We all stood a little shocked in the hallway for a while after she left, unsure what to do. Look, we knew something like this was going to happen. God damn it! Did you really think she really did it? wait, as an otter, why did you really... Huh? Do you think Lyra really attacked Allura? I will say, there was wounds on both of them, so if Allura really just jumped Lyra and then gave wounds to herself, I don't know. She thinks she has all the power here, so like, I don't know what would be the point of doing that. Well, I think it would be unwise to voice my true opinions at the moment, so I'll just stay a little quiet. I mean, seriously, yeah, with everything she was saying, and the stupid rocks on the handles. But then that would mean she'd have been willing to kill us all. It doesn't matter. What matters is she's alive, and we're gonna keep her that way. But what are we gonna do? I feel like attacking the Lord would just make the situation worse. I guess at least she was willing to negotiate. It seemed to me like we were going to discuss what to do with Lyra at our meeting today. And I don't think anyone wants to be hurt. Even if she did do what Laura is claiming. At least it's unlikely Laura will do anything more to her. It would be too obvious. Kill her? Yeah, no. She's not gonna do this. But I can't imagine whatever she's gonna do will exactly be all sunshines and rainbows for Lyra either. I guess the only way to really know is to sort everything out at the meeting. Hopefully it will work out. Dear God, Mini is going to have a lot to learn. She has really been left out of the loop here. It's just Mini and Fu, because... Yeah, just as Mini and Fu, and we don't think Fu is with us, so we have a lot to tell as Mini. Yeah, we should probably go. I don't like leaving her in Alicia's hands, even just for a little bit, but... Sick. I guess it's all we can do. We all made our way to the canteen, where Mini had been cooking breakfast. She was meant to be doing it with Ezekiel, but given he was locked in a cell, he couldn't exactly help. We explained the situation to her, and she was rightfully apprehensive and a little bit shocked as we all sat down to eat breakfast. It felt like every second waiting for Laura to come back took hours. But eventually, she entered the canteen herself. Well, Laura, let's get to explaining, even though you're kind of already explained, but let's talk. And I think almost instantly, she could feel everyone's eyes on her. I just hoped she was telling the truth. And I hoped even more so, this wouldn't lead to a bigger spiral. Despite everything, I really did want the best for Laura. Girl. Okay, time for the shit show, I suppose. I'm sure you all have a lot of questions. I believe I explained the situation best I can to everyone. And it's me just they're like, hi, I don't really know what the hell's going on. Can you explain it to me? I'm uncertain what Chanel's motivations are for attacking me. But for her sake and everyone else's here, I'm not too keen on keeping her quarantined permanently. I believe the best course of action here is to keep her quarantined until she explains why she attacked me, and we can attempt to resolve the issue from there. Rest assured, she'll still be provided with her daily dosages of meals. Is this satisfactory for everyone? I suppose I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. It's just quite a shock. It was bound to happen eventually. Typically 5 or 6 days after a motive gets introduced is when conflict starts to reach a breaking point. I'm just glad no one was seriously hurt. She was still knocked unconscious. You can't exactly do that lightly, can you? It was the best I could do considering the circumstances. I mean, if you wanted me to kill her, I could have, or anything. Oh, come on now. And let me reassure you, I did attend to any damage or injury she sustained. My primary goal here is keeping everyone alive. That has not changed. All I wish for here is for everyone to be safe. Quarantining her seems to be the most appropriate course of action. I hope we can all understand that, even if we are not happy with it. Yeah. Maybe we can try to ask her later today what happened. I think she'd be more willing to explain it to us. Oh, wow, that's great. That's quite smart for you. Excuse me. Actually, that's actually not a bad idea. I'll have to think about it. But currently, I'd like to focus our priorities on our assigned labor for today, and any issues that may arise from whatever condition we have to select. And considering that Zeke was talking about forgiving Asmini, and Asmini is the only one we haven't done a labor with, I guess we're going to be with Asmini today. Fun. Yeah, say we all you like. Doesn't seem like you take much of our input on anything. Almost as if on cue, Mononeko hopped onto the table as Fu walked into the room, observing us from afar. Well, time to choose another goddamn diddly darn motive. How fun. Ew, it's the morning, huh? She's really taking off here. Wonder how many more of these conditions are can take for some more than a scrunchy you snapping. My bad, son. That why God I'm doing is Zeke eggs and Jesus Christ. I bet I'm bullet. Too many people not. Excuse me? No way! I still got people who don't want to lose. No matter what. Well, we'll see if your results stay as strong as the lower picks our decision for today. What are the options? Da, 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 da. You can either choose to kill Laura, keep her alive. Okay. Taps and fresh water shut off until the next murder. That would be bad. What? That's ridiculous. Prison only shot the next murder. Okay, that is. Let's. Oh God, that is. Because the electricity. Well, that shut off the showers. I actually don't know how the showers will run here. Because that could shut off the showers, which would make the previous spikes completely redundant. Then again, it would also shut off the laundry room anyway, so it would kind of make one of the choices completely redundant. It would turn off the lights. And if we have canned food, we wouldn't be able to cook that either, so we'd have to eat it raw. And I'm not sure how much of the canned food we could eat here raw. So it would essentially make all our canned food pointless, and it would be hard to, farm if everything was completely dark. And with the water, we have the pond. Are we able to drink the pond water? Because if we can, we could probably work with that. And there's a sewage system. I guess we could change the sewage water and take the risk of ruining our brains forever. God, I don't even know what I would do. If I could drink from the pond, I think I would probably turn off all the taps, if I'm being completely honest. Because the pond water could probably last us a while. But even then, when we run out, we'd just be dead. But then again, I feel like at this point, I'd kind of be like, oh God, a murder's gonna happen no matter what we do. So I should probably just keep the lights on, so it'd be easier to see a murder happening. That's no fair. These options are stupid. There's no right one. I went with the previous decisions either. You just pick the one you picked. This is quite a severe step up from the previous options, though. Sure, your decision, huh? Well, it's really fucking obvious. We can't live without fresh water. Yeah, that is a good point, but are we able to drink the water? That is my main question. Yes, but cutting off our electricity would mean completely cutting off our heating, our ventilation, our fridges and freezers. Yeah, that is the way electricity would be terrible. And lights, even though lights are really not that important, but and it's obviously a lot more important things than being able to see, but still. All our frozen food supplies will be gone. But more importantly, all the medical supplies that need to be kept cold will be gone. Namely, the frozen antibiotics are the most effective ones we have. I do not want to risk that given Zintia's current condition. Furthermore, if the frequency of attacks increases, I do not want to risk losing supplies we may need to treat life-threatening injuries. Fine. Antibiotics are anything. Right, so you need antibiotics, right? Okay, well, best to be safe rather than sorry, also. Oh dear God, you haven't told the patient what you're suffering from. Oh dear, that is a loss who wouldn't happen. Didn't you run in experiments? Sorry, that is besides the point. Not only that, since we lost access to our incinerator, with everything in the defrosted fridges and freezers went bad, we'd have no way of disposing of them safely. And the lack of ventilation would mean the air quality within the prison would decline extremely rapidly. Yeah, the more you talk about it, the more I feel confident my original decision to get rid of the fresh water was correct. I suppose I never thought of things like that. But she was making a valid argument. With the water, they only specified the fresh water would be cut off. Meaning the pond water in the courtyard and those in the waterways would be completely untouched. And if we had a kettle, we could try and boil it to try and make it as safe as possible to drink, I guess. Yeah, that is. I do think getting rid of the fresh water is probably the best idea out of the two if you want to try and live long term. I don't particularly want to drink sewage water. Yeah, that is the downside of it, we might kind of might have brain damage from it, like, I may be drinking this. Filters and cycles here. Well, now when you put it like that, just makes me more confident to drink it. Precisely. By the time it gets to the courtyard, it's already gone through some of the filtration process. I do not mind manually doing the rest of it myself. I'm more than capable of making water potable. Additionally, after my experience with Chattel in the showers this morning, I've come to understand that it does hold certain risks. Namely, it's very easy to slip someone over on the wet floors there. Well, guess that's how Lyra was able to get a grasp on her. Interesting. So what? We going with the water? Seems like the most manageable option, all things considered. I'm sure no one has any objections after I've outlined the risks. Everyone remained relatively silent. Good. We'll choose to cut off the fresh water then. I see. No more fresh water for you. Is that what was today's one? I'm a little worried how bad tomorrow's will be. Well, you are very optimistic that we're going to be here tomorrow to get to choose another restriction. That is quite severe. I would be scared to realize what would be the next one. It would be like choose and have each inmate lose a limb or kill someone. I think that's what it's given the next one will be. We'll get to that when we get to that. I'm sure you kids will find a way. Convince yourself you will, and assure you a way to find a solution that'll never come to you. Either way, I'll have fun watching you do it. I gotta say, yesterday was the first day you guys bit the bullet. I thought one of you would crack way earlier. Congratulations. Oh well, I'm sure it'll be soon. Missions only get more fun from here. I'm not sure I like your definition of fun. I'm not sure I like your face, but I still enjoy it. Okay, well, that's just mean. Anyway, see you all here tomorrow to say tomorrow. If you want to around then bye. Did he just meow? Jesus Christ. Mononeko scampered away, leaving us to face a prison with no fresh water, no food restocks, and no access to our incinerator washing machines. I don't know what else they could possibly take away at this point. Alright, our priority for today is collecting and purifying as much water as possible. You know what? Fair point. Everyone, forget all your tasks and get the water. We need water to live. Everyone just get the goddamn water and purify it. Cersei, Kutsuki, you two will be in the courtyard, gathering water for purification. Bottle or store as much of it as you can, then bring it to me in the lab too, where I'll do what I can to make it drinkable. Working with his meanie. Oh, Jesus Christ. I wasn't sure how she'd feel about that, but at least we'd be able to make breakfast together the other day. Still, I was a little apprehensive. We'd hardly talked since everything that had happened. I hoped maybe I could use this as an opportunity to find the strength to apologize. Saint Hill, Elias, you two will also be in the courtyard. You will be on the crop maintenance for duty for today. Wait, then who's gonna be with you? Oh dearie me, what a... I guess I could just be alone today. Oh, how unfortunate. You have 4 people in the courtyard, you know. You could have just taken one with you and have 3 in the courtyard. It wouldn't be that bad. Hey, someone. Anyone with any eyes on them? I can watch her if you like. No, absolutely not. He's the last person we should be trusting with anyone. Come on. It'll be like old times again. You know, it does help me a lot if you kill each other, but only if it's satisfying. Hell, it's the reason I stole those blueprints and coincidentally remembered the tapes in the last trial. And what climatic would it have been to have all of you die that early on? And I accompany Laura and Shinku, Asuka, and Zeke in the courtyard. Well, damn, you don't have to be so obvious about it. Just to say you hate me. I do not want anyone wandering the halls alone right now. If I left them as a trio, either Kutsuki would be alone transporting the water to me, or someone would be left alone in the courtyard while the other two transported the water. I'm content to have you monitor me if it would have put you at ease. It just seems a little counterproductive for him to be helping us here. Well, he has helped us before with the crops, and that's the only reason we have crops in the first place, so he's helping us anyway.
God forbid I want to get a bit involved. Don't you guys remember when we were friends?
I mean, I'm sure someone's going to bring this up in the next line of text, so I didn't have to say it, but we're friends. Like, really? You killed ever since you tried to kill Taka, I don't think anyone really particularly liked you. You did a lot of terrible stuff during the second motive. A lot of it was revealed. Your crime hasn't been revealed yet, but we know it's terrible. We know you have a relationship with the janitor. So yeah, I don't think we were really friends. No!
Well, we could have been friends.
You made it more than clear that we weren't.
They was in the past. You up my head were not.
I mean, he did help us set up the farms.
I don't like it, but it's better than new one. All of this would have been a lot easier if you just let lie out there.
I'll have to think about it. It's just not about it. Shut up, Ezekiel. But we should get on our tasks sooner rather than later. We cannot survive nearly as long without water as we can without food. I'd like to make sure we have a good supply secured as soon as possible. We'll reconvene here in a few hours. Thank you once again for your cooperation. And I apologize for not having any compensation provided.
Okay, that is the latest straw. I'm gonna grab your throat now.
I was going to sort out something this morning, but, well, I got a little disrupted, one could say. Let's just get this over with. The four of us made our way to the courtyard. It was weird. We'd been seeing each other constantly at those meetings. But, strangely enough, without Lyra, it felt weirdly intense. Maybe it was just the atmosphere of the day at large. But even so, I tried to comply for now. I just hoped she'd let us talk to Lyra soon, and we could get some answers on why she attacked Laura. However, I didn't think the others were half as willing to sit by and keep their heads down as I was. And that is where we're going to end today's episode. A little bit on the shorter side than the other ones, but you know, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. My mind has been rushing through this entire time. Lyra tried to kill someone, I don't know. I have no idea why. She said that we would meet under Cassiopeia. I'm sure that's referring to the constellation outside this killing game. In America, that's where she said you could see it. I'm not. It's been a while since I watched that scene, so it's not on my mind currently. But I'm not. If she meant outside the killing game, that meant she would be able to get out of here. It's possible that similarly to Alora, she might have been a deal with one of the wardens here, that if she attempted to kill Alora, that they would let her out, maybe? Because the way she was talking, she made it seem like all three of them would make it out of here. Which means that by doing her actions, that she would be able to get out of this killing game alive. And I guess it could have just been her plan failed, but still, I feel like there must be more to this than just failing to kill Laura. But I guess until we talk to her, we won't know for sure. But then again, I'm not sure how much I can even trust what she tells us at this point, considering everything. But yeah, I'm just very confused on everything. I do think Alora's telling the truth, at the very least. But the thing is, if she does something irreversible, and Lyra told her about it, and told her that if she did, everyone would get alive, that I could see Alora faking the entire thing too, if it meant that everyone would survive. And maybe Lyra and Alora are working together in some weird universe. Oh jeez. There's so much going through my mind, but you know what? That's all for next episode. It's not tomorrow's episode, because today is 13, and 13 means the Sunday episode, which means I'm going to see you next week for Antebellum. But yeah, so much going through my head, and I'll think about it. But with that said, it's not else for me to say. I'll see you next Saturday for the next episode of Antebellum, where we go through the very awkward conversation with his meeting, and maybe we'll apologize. Maybe Oscar and Zeke will be behind those boxes in the background, doing farm, listen over to like, oh my god, can you hear them? Yeah, hear them is disgusting. And maybe we'll apologize. It'd be kind of funny if we apologize just right here while we're cleaning water. And also while I'm talking about the water, this would actually terrify me. The conserving the food would terrify me enough, but trying to conserve water would terrify me because I'll just grab a glass of water whenever I'm thirsty. I have so many, not like an extraordinary amount, but whenever I get slightly thirsty, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I'll have a glass of water now. So having to conserve it would actually terrify me and give me so many crises. But yeah, with that said, there's nothing else for me to say. I'll see you next week for the next episode of Antebellum. Bye bye.